Hi, my name is Lisiwe and I hope you are having a great day wherever you are. I am also known as Sam. I am living in South Africa but born in Zimbabwe. I've been living in South Africa since 1999 where my twins were born. My twins are actually currently living in Denmark. I came here to Europe to visit them and I've spent a few days with them, and now I am in the Netherlands visiting Pavi. I hope you enjoyed today's interview, and yeah, take it away. Hello, 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 hello to all you Nubian mamas. Welcome back to the planet, Nomadic Mama. Welcome back. And once again, today I have a guest with me. All the way from Mamaland. How about that? Yeah, so we are going to start now. Before we start, cheers.
Cheers.
Prost.
Prost.
It's gonna be a quick one, and as you know, it's the platform is all about mental well-being and traveling. So you moved from Zim to South Africa.
Yeah.
Why?
Adventure. For me, it was about adventure. I needed something exciting, something new.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to start a new life
Which is
in a new country.
yeah, which is opposite for mine. Mina, it was the economy.
Is it?
Yeah, because I wasn't getting hired.
Yeah.
But I finished college at 20. So 21 was very young for them to hire and to be the face of the company, the office administration and stuff. So that's why I moved.
It was more than adventure. And when I left, the country was still in a good state. The money was good, and yeah, I've always wanted to.
Yeah, Lami, when I left, it was still the time when we still had strength. But then when now I gave birth to Umba, that's when it started going down. Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, when we left it, for me it was more about getting stability in a country where I can start working instead of sitting until when, because the CVM is going empty as we go.
Yeah.
So it was, and it was a choice that my parents didn't agree with anyway. So yeah, you went for adventure.
Yeah.
And when you got there, you were still young, ne?
I was young. I was 19.
My God.
I was 19.
Ne?
I was still a baby.
Yes.
I was still a baby.
So what happened when you got there? Was it easy to settle down? Was it the adventure? Did it start, and was the adventure real?
Yeah. The adventure. I got more than what I bargained for, because the first year I arrived, I got pregnant. Yeah, it was. Then I had my twins. So yeah, so that was an adventure for me, but it's not what I had expected. So yeah, it was good.
So it was an adventure
though.
and a half. It's now good because they're gorgeous girls and all grown up,
yeah, but
independent little young women.
But it was difficult being a 19, 20-year-old, having kids in a country that's not your mama land, no mama around, and
No support system.
No support system whatsoever, and just trying to wing it, and you know how our mothers get so involved when you have kids, and it's like a community baby when you're a baby.
Especially the first one.
Exactly.
And when now you didn't have one, you started with two. Can you imagine a 19-year-old mom with twins?
Yeah, double portion of lessons, but two double the work.
Yeah, I can imagine. And well, the adventure started, though it took a different turn.
Yeah.
It was still adventurous.
having
in
to
essence.
raise the kids and everything.
And learn and grow with them.
Yes.
You know, learn as they teach you something and you trying to teach them something.
Yeah.
I think our kids teach us more than
We think.
and
Yeah.
that we are prepared for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then how about during that time? How was your mental state? Seeing that you gave birth to 2 kids instead of 1, and your age in question, not that it's questionable, but with your age in mind as well, how did it impact on your mental well-being?
It was very difficult, to be honest. Yeah, for me it was trying to just navigate on how to deal with having the 2 kids when I'm still new in a country trying to settle down. So obviously the depression that comes with being a new mom and not knowing what you're doing and not knowing the name of what you are feeling inside, that was frustrating for me to try and figure out why am I feeling this way, you know. Yeah. And
But as well, we are from a culture that doesn't talk about mental imbalances. Once you mention that you are now crazy loony bin,
exactly.
but in like, for example, with postpartum,
Yeah.
after you've given birth, it's a real thing and it's happening. And growing up, we didn't even have a name for those
No,
feelings,
no.
and then we were quick to label you as a bad mom.
Mother, yes.
And yeah.
Yeah.
So
When your kids cry, you also feel like crying, and you don't understand why do I feel like crying, because they're crying, you know. And you think maybe it's an immaturity on my side because I'm so young and I don't really know how to be a mom. I feel like I'm failing them. I don't know what they want, and you get confused with your feelings on what is happening to me. Why do I feel so emotional when my baby's crying?
Yeah.
Instead of being that strong mom that says, okay, she's crying now, she needs to change, or now she needs to bath, and this is normal behavior.
Yeah.
And you do, yeah, I did get all these mixed emotions.
Yeah.
And all that, yeah.
I think that it's interesting when you say that you were in your feelings, trying to figure your feelings out. And at that point, you are also trying to figure the not speaking person's feelings.
Exactly.
And it's a battle.
It is a battle. It was a battle. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And I wish someone had told me about all the postpartum
Yeah.
depression and all those things that, you know, that
It can happen.
It can happen, and this is normal.
Yeah.
Most moms feel like that.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not as if you're abnormal or there's
Exactly.
something wrong with you,
with
but
me.
the situation can bring that out.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think that's why it's a blessing to have kids, because it's not, for starters, it's hard for someone to get pregnant, and then secondly, it's hard for someone to give birth,
Yeah.
and then thirdly, for them to even survive, you know, the childbirth and being well kept in that vacuum for 9 months. So all in all, you can see that yes, it is truly a blessing.
Yeah.
And but then, how did you overcome those feelings?
I had a very strong community. In my church community were there for me. I think that was where my strength came from. They really supported me, so I never felt, although I was in a country where I didn't know a lot of people and I didn't have my mama with me, but having that community just gave me the strength that I needed, and yeah, it was quite fun to have those people that wanted to help you so much, yet they didn't know you as a, you know, from yeah. So it was nice too.
Yeah. But once again, nomadic mamas, there it is. Did you speak out? Did you ask for help, or they just sensed you needed help?
I think it was more of them sensing that I needed help. I was 19 years old. Everyone was like shocked that this baby's having babies, you know. So yeah, it was very interesting.
Yeah.
So they all wanted to step in and make a difference, which they did. Yeah.
And how did it impact on you when you were starting to get that kind of help?
For me, it was a blessing. I looked at it as a blessing that I was getting the help that I needed, and it gave me strength. So I was able to be the best mama that I can be for my girls.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And then thereafter, like looking at South Africa now after Mandela's release, how do you, not how do you feel, but what's the situation doing to your mental state? You are legal there, and currently they're saying they don't care whether you're legal or illegal.
Yeah.
So what does that do to you?
It is very frustrating in a sense, you know, because for me, leaving my country was about adventure, but there are a lot of people that leave the country not because of any adventures, you know, because they are really struggling or for whatever reason they left the country, and to see that people don't have any empathy or any compassion, it's sad that we've turned into these kind of human beings that don't care.
That we can ban each other.
Exactly.
That we can ban each other without thought.
Just because you're in this country.
You are an immigrant.
Yeah. That is.
Does it, when you wake up every day, does this come to your head that, damn, it's another day and I might face some things I don't want to?
I try not think of those things on my daily basis, and of course I've also tried to avoid the news as much as possible for my mental health. Since COVID, it was really depressing to go through that and know how many numbers of people are dying and this, and eventually I felt like I was sinking into this black hole of negativity, and I had to distance myself from most of the news. Yes, I listen, I try and read on the internet or whatever, but I don't follow much of the news, and I try as much as I can do to keep my mind healthy and listen to healthy or read healthy books, you know, or books that give me mental strength.
Yeah.
Than the negativity. But it is very sad that other people are going through that, and it's not their liking, you know.
So roughly, let's talk about something you just brought up, the COVID era. How did it impact on you mentally? Because you're a teacher and you are all about contact, and you also have the special level of kids. So how was that for you?
Very difficult, very difficult. I'm a very touchy, feely, huggy person, so it's very difficult to tell me not to. Yeah, it did a lot, and to think that the children that I'm currently teaching in the second grade, since they started school, they yes, they've never really had contact with the people, that they've never seen people without masks. They've never been on a jungle gym because they were not allowed to.
For the spread.
So now they're 9 years old in second grade, you know, and they haven't been exposed to that. It's very sad as a teacher to watch that and see the children going, because we know touch is very important, and being on a jungle gym and exercise is super important. It is a necessity. And yeah, I just felt sad for the kids that had to go through this. And
did you get stressed out or depressed at that time because of that situation, that reality is not reality as we know it?
Exactly. I did a lot. And for me, it was the time when my kids also left me. So that for Netherlands, so that was very it was trying times.
You did it on your own.
Yeah.
That whole period you were alone in the house.
Absolutely.
So you had no contact of human,
at home.
like human contact was not there. So you were very dependent on the schooling hours just to make contact to the outside world.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
And now that got taken away, so it was kind of, you know, trying to figure out the new normal.
Learning new skills
and learning to distance yourself from, because that's how I show love, by hugging and touching and trying to show love in other ways, which was very difficult, but it was a learning curve. And Yeah, we all had to do the best that we can
could at the time.
and protect each other as much as possible,
Yeah.
humanly possible, you know.
With that being said, do you think that immigration or nomadic life is for everyone?
Shoo, that's very difficult to say. I think it's it's really not for the faint-hearted, hey, because it is tough to move places, and a lot of people feel comfortable being in one place and being with the surrounding that they are used to, and change. Most people struggle with change.
I think everyone.
I feel
But
like
we
I'm
just handle it differently.
Exactly. I feel like I'm more flexible when it comes to that, or maybe it's by moving from Zim to South Africa as well that gave me the strength to be able to handle change better than most people. So yeah, but it's not for everyone. It's not for everyone. You really have to prepare yourself mentally for the change, whether you are moving to a new city even, or to a new house, or to a new country. It has to be, you have to be mentally prepared to prepare yourself.
It does impact.
It does impact.
Sometimes it's immediately, but for others it can take time before it hits you.
Exactly.
I think for me it took time because I didn't have the struggle for accommodation. That was fixed. I didn't have the struggle with finances. That was sorted. But then the emotional attachment of what I've left behind was a major, and it was at the times before cell phones were common. So it was the
yes. Calling and people calling you, you're not at home.
Yes, you needed to make a schedule.
An appointment.
Yes,
like,
have a time fixed.
you.
Mom, I'm calling. And every time after talking to either my mom or dad, I wanted to go back home.
Aww.
So eventually it takes a toll in the mental space, and in the meantime I'm job hunting and I'm not getting it. The no's there were hitting on me because, like a kid, when you have not yet failed or had that opportunity of failing in a life-changing thing, it hits different when now you get a no.
Definitely.
When you're thinking, I have qualifications and I have this and I'm smart, I can learn quickly. So that to me was my major.
Yeah. That I think it's also so important is to teach our children to learn to deal with failure, and to teach our children to fail.
And allow them to
fail. And it's very easy for everyone to want to step in and protect our children from failure, but it's not.
That was my issue with my dad, and when I was feeling that down and I expressed it, his first thing was, come back. Do you want us to send you money for transport to come back? That was the first thing. And thereafter, if I expressed it to my brother, come back. So they were still protecting me in that way. And also I could do a lot of things because I had that safety net at the bottom that will catch me when I fall. So I think it made me even bold. But then what you said is what's important. Can we allow our kids to fail and be accepting in that failure? Because I think experience learnt by you is more worthy to you than being told.
You have to walk the walk.
Yeah, exactly. So cheers to you. Nomadic mamas out there, I hope with this clip you learned something. I hope with this clip you can prepare yourself to either speak out. You are lucky if you have a situation like Semis, which is where people saw and stepped in. Because most of the time, especially in a lot of European countries, if you don't say anything, no one bothers to cross over because they think it's a personal issue. And they're not doing it because they're mean, but their culture is like that for them. You know, so
and also, can we be people that step in? Can we be people that are observant of others, you know, and be able to pick up that someone is in distress and someone is in need of our help, and be the people that reach out to others, you know, especially when we know they're in a new country,
Exactly.
whether they've come to your country
Yes.
or you have gone
You've been there before them for a
Exactly,
while.
exactly.
So you
And
can
not
share
look
the
down on each
experiences
other
with
and,
them.
and just know that the little that you do, it makes a huge difference.
Yes,
to
and it
others.
can go a long
In
way
a
for
way,
that
I still
person.
remember the people that stepped
Helped,
in and helped,
yes.
and now we're talking about them. And
Yeah, and then because of that, you tend to be ready to help someone.
Exactly.
Because you
Exactly.
feel
know
that,
what it's
yeah,
like. You know
I
what
got
it's like.
help. And now let me. It's a tricky situation. And also be prepared for someone to say they don't want your help.
Exactly.
And then also be prepared that someone will not speak out because that's how they have been brought up. Not to speak out or not to ask for help because it means weakness.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Mama, you heard it from the nomadic planet. So, speak out and seek that help. And when the help is coming through, accept it.
And be grateful.
Exactly.
Pass it forward.
Yes. With that being said, I will see you once again next week. Bye from me and my guest Semi. Tina siyakhuluma, so siyabona. We see you there, yay. Yeah. Bye.